News clips. 9/12/07. Story 1. Progressive Baptist women wary of Hillary Clinton's candidacy. As reported by abpnews.com. The article goes in how many of these liberal, progressives, Baptist women, they're not too sure about her spirituality. The thing is, in the end, Hillary knows she just needs them for the primary. Come the regular election, she doesn't need them anymore because they're not going to vote for a Republican anyhow. So she's safe. She has them in their hip pocket come the main election. She just needs them for the primary. Second story. Border fence very doable, engineers say, as reported by cnsnews.com. Now, it's no secret that even though they passed a law to have this border fence with Mexico built, 700 miles of it or so, they've only built like 5 to 10 miles of this fence so far, and it's been over a year or so ago. If we wanted to build a whole fence around the area across the border, it'd be easily doable. We could do it within a year, and that's such. Now, whether or not fences work, well, the fences only work if you also have people patrol them, put sensors on them, and are serious about monitoring and controlling the border. I have serious questions whether or not this is going to work, because it seems like both parties' leaderships actually want illegal immigration, and and if that's the case, it makes me wonder why they even have border agents or even bother trying to protect the border, because it's a joke. After they get through here, there's no intention to actually follow up on any of it. Next story. Iraq's Maliki reaches out to Sunnis in Anbar Province, the Iraq War, as reported by ChristianScienceMonitor.com. Maliki's government has offered new jobs and monies and generators and other measures for Anbar Province, the Sunnis in Anbar Province. Here's the thing. Everyone keeps telling me how the political solutions in Iraq aren't happening. Well, here you have a case of political solutions in Iraq happening, but the media doesn't report them, so no one knows about it. And this is one of the problems with the Iraq War. Any good news out of it is suppressed by our media. They don't want you to hear good news from Iraq. It's only when it's too big for them to hold back do they let it get through. Record drug seizures on the U.S.-Mexico border, as reported by the Christian Science Monitor. Record drug seizures of marijuana and heroin have occurred on the border since the increased security. Now, here's the thing. Bush has increased security on the border in response to his base being upset with him and his not enforcing the border and not building the border fence and etc. They passed a law to get a fence built, but they didn't actually follow through on it. And but since since the election time's coming up, he's trying to shore up the base, so he's increased security, and of course they've caught more of these drug dealers. A quieter Anbar Province rebuilds Iraq War. Anbar Province is actively rebuilding now that they are no longer working. The tribal leaders are no longer working with Al Qaeda; they're now working with us. And peace is on the streets. You can walk down the street now and be fairly safe, and etc. Again, I repeat, people keep telling me there's no success in Iraq, and I keep seeing these stories, so I just wonder who's not being informed. Okay. New rocket crash alarms Kazakhs, Kazakhs, Russia's science space program, as reported by the BBC. Apparently Russia tried to launch a rocket. Proton M is the name of the rocket, carrying a Japanese communication satellite. It crashed on a cattle farm. Thank God no one got killed. Lots of fuel, rocket. That was a lot of fuel and a lot of rocket. Story number 7. South American pupils burn witches to death, as reported by the BBC. Apparently 2 women who were believed to be witches by high school students were burned to death at a local field in South Africa. Now, this story interested me because I have a number of Wiccan friends who always point out on how Christians attack Wiccans and burn them and etc. This is not actually Christians. Christians don't even are mentioned in this. They may be, but it's not mentioned at all, and you would think that if this was the case, they would mention it. I think this is more like a case of people being scared of someone claiming to have power over them. If these people had claimed to be using magic, you know, they're afraid of what this magic is doing to me, so I'm going to take action type stuff. That's the only reason why I'm really interested in that. Okay, story number 8. Report logs bleak outlook for Iran, as reported by Newsmax. Basically, it goes into a report about how the Iranian government is stable and will remain in power even though its economy is crashing. The fact of the matter is Iran wants nuclear weapons. They see it as a way of ensuring their regime's control over that country. And they will sacrifice the comforts of their people to get it. Story number 9. A 1599 Geneva Bible, the original Bible of the Pilgrims, is restored and republished. It's an email sales alert. Apparently a 200-year-old Bible from the Pilgrims' time, well, actually not, well, from the Geneva Bible, the ones that the Pilgrims used, was found and has been retranslated and has been put out there. I'm planning to get one of them. I've always been interested in comparing different translations of the Bible and seeing how consistent they are outside of groups who openly changed them to match their dogma. These ones seem to be fairly consistent with the original ones. But I'll see. I haven't actually read the Geneva Bible yet. There you have it. Those are the news clips for the day. Thank you very much, and God bless.